Okay, hi everyone, I'm Fox 19 now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall, here with your forecast update. This is pretty exciting, at least for me. I'm pretty excited that now when we do these streams, at least, for the next month or so here, we're going to be seeing the sunset on our stream. So look at that, it looks gorgeous out there right now. A lot of pretty views across the tri-state. I posted a picture if you guys want to comment any of your photos on there so we can all look at the pretty views together. Here's what it's looking like across the rest of the tri-state though. If we click here on our Turfway camera, you can see still snow on the ground, 19 degrees. We have a few clouds out there, but mostly sunny skies for most of the day. Now, this is great news because that sun was helping to melt some of that snow on the ground. If you were out and about, you definitely saw some of that melt on the roadways. The problem with this, though, is as we go into tonight, temperatures will drop, and then anything that did melt is going to freeze on the road. So definitely just be careful heading out tomorrow morning because we are going to get pretty cold going through tonight. So that's something to look out for. 19 now in Cincinnati, 20 in Lunken, 15 in Wilmington, 17 in Georgetown, 22 in Vevey. So a pretty chilly day we had today, and across the region here, not feeling much better. Cleveland 14, St. Louis is at 32 right now. 23 in Chicago, 38 in Nashville. So again, a cold day across the board, and we are feeling a little bit of a wind. Not too bad. It's not making any of those negative wind chill values come out, but definitely seeing a little bit of a wind here. Looking at our wind gusts right now, a few places, Hillsborough, Georgetown, seeing 10-mile-per-hour gusts. Again, that's where you could be seeing those lower wind chill values, and that's what we're looking like as well. 5 degrees is what it feels like in Wilmington, 9 in Hillsborough, 20 is what it feels like in Georgetown, 22 in Vevey, feeling like 13 in Cincinnati, and 10 in Middletown. So still in the double digits for most people seeing even the 20s, but others seeing those stronger wind gusts or seeing those lower temperatures. Also, just want to point out the fact that we are about 15 degrees colder right now than we were this time yesterday. So definitely a pretty chilly day today, but don't worry. For those of you who want the warm temperatures, I know a lot of you come on here and talk about how you want the warmer temperatures. They are on the way, but we do have another snow for you before that happens. So tomorrow morning we'll see a light snow. This is going to be mostly in our northeastern counties. 25 degrees will be our high temperature. Then as we move into Monday, 36, 44 by the time we reach Tuesday, and that means any precipitation we see is going to be coming out in the rain form. So we'll be seeing a small rain chance there on Tuesday. This means for our temperature trend, we'll finally get above the freezing mark here going into Monday and Tuesday. We'll get out of that trend of bitterly cold temperatures, staying below the freezing mark for about 16, 17 days total over this stretch. For our feels like temperatures, again, those are going to increase when our temperature increases as well, so we'll be seeing that on the up and up as well. If we want to track out the next few hours in terms of feels like, by the time we get to 1 a.m., we're going to see mostly single-digit wind chill values. A few places could be seeing the negatives, but most places are going to be seeing the single digits or the negatives heading through tonight. Tomorrow early morning, double digits for most people, seeing the teens as well. As moving into the afternoon hours, most people seeing the teens is going to feel pretty similar to today. Going into Monday early morning, single digits for most people once again, and again some people seeing those negatives. So very similar Monday morning, but then Monday afternoon, look at that difference. We can start to see some greens back in the forecast and not all of those blues. So you can see that warm up already taking place for those feels like temperatures. And even going into Tuesday afternoon, the entire tri-state will be in a greenish color there. So warmer temperatures are ahead, and you can see some of those are even reaching 40s for our feels like temperatures as well. So that's what we're looking like moving forward in terms of feels like. Tonight our low temperature is 7 degrees, so bitterly cold, single digit wind chill values, some places even seeing the negative wind chill values. Increasing clouds through the night, so we aren't going to lose a lot more of those temperatures, and here's what it's looking like. Again, most people seeing the teens or the single digits there ahead. Tomorrow, 25 degrees will be your high. A light snow in the morning is what we're expecting. Just another cold day, again, below our average. And I'll track out what that snow looks like for you. Again, that's going to start out. It's just another little clipper system here. 4 a.m. you can see the lines starting to form, very light flurries. And then as we move into 6, 7, you can see how this stays in mostly the northeastern counties, but could get closer to Brown and Adams County as we move throughout the morning. But then by the time we reach 10, 11 o'clock, most people completely clear of any snowfall and will stay that way moving through our Monday. So we're only really concerned about the snow moving through here early Sunday morning. If you are over in the more western counties, a lot of you will not even see a snowflake come down. So just watch out for this as the system tracks from the northeast down to the northwest down to the southeast. That's one model, and what it looks like here is the next model and what it looks like for you. This one having it in a more contained line here, and you can see 6, 7, and this stays around just around the same time. It leaves out of the area about noon is when we're expecting to be completely clear of any of that snowfall, even moving into Monday and Tuesday. Now what this means for you in terms of totals, again, here is one model is what they're looking at, maybe an inch over near Wilmington, Hillsboro, but a lot of people just seeing about a half an inch, less than we saw on Friday. So just be on the lookout again. That's what one model is saying. I do have another one here for us to look at. It's not saying much different, about the same area getting that snowfall, but a little bit of a higher total there for Wilmington, Hillsboro, but again, around the same. We're looking at about an inch, maybe a very isolated higher total, but most people gonna stay completely snow-free, especially if you're over in these western counties, the southwestern counties, staying mostly snow-free. A lot of people not going to see a whole lot. So that's what we're looking for in terms of our snow chances for our Sunday. Moving into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this is our next rain chance. We saw those temperatures increasing for Monday and Tuesday, and so those temperatures, again, are going to be warm enough for this to come down as rain instead of snow, which is going to help melt some of the snow we see on the ground here. So moving forward into Tuesday, there's a very low chance of seeing it that day, but we're just watching out for, again, some of that rainfall moving forward. Very low chances for most of those days. Here's that temperature trend for you. Again, this is why that's going to come down as rain instead of snow. 44 degrees, your high temperature on Tuesday. Will be in the 30s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but look ahead. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, on that trend up again, and we'll be back into the 50s for Monday and Tuesday. Hi, Seth. Yes, I know that you watch Abby Summers. Me and Abby Summers are really close friends. We went to school together. She's dating one of my best friends. So, yes, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Here are those low temperatures for you while Seth is responding to us. Again, tonight is going to be that coldest night of the next 10 days, so that's something just to watch out for if you're heading out tonight or tomorrow morning for church early in the morning. Monday, Tuesday, again, getting on that warming trend here, moving into the middle portion of the week. And then as we move into Saturday, Sunday, again, the 20s and then 30s again, but not too terribly bad as we move into next week. Tonight, again, the coldest night of the next couple of days, so we're really just watching out for that for right now. And then you saw the end of our 10-day there where we had those warmer temperatures on the way, and according to the Climate Prediction Center, we're going to be staying that way February 15th through the 21st. Above normal temperatures are on the way. I know I'm looking forward to that. I really like those warmer temperatures, so I'm excited for it to be a little bit warmer here. We are also expecting an above normal amount of rain or snowfall here, slightly above normal, not by much. 1/10 of an inch is normal. And so slightly above normal, which means anything that comes down during the warm-up. So we're really expecting more rainfall than snow, especially with that map showing above average temperatures, above average rain chance, precip chances means we're probably more than likely going to see snow unless it's a anomaly type of day where that one day is just pretty cold. I do have a countdown here, but it needs to be updated. We have only a couple more days, and I say a couple more days. Here it is, 42 more days. You can see that here. It's actually going to be 41 more days until spring. We're editing that live here for you guys. So thinking warmer thoughts. If you want the warmer temperatures, they're on the way. Thinking warmer thoughts. Again, 41 days until spring. I know I'm looking forward to the springtime weather. I love it when the flowers come out, the snow gets off the ground. So that's what I'm looking forward to moving forward. And I know that a lot of people want more snow. We do have another snow chance on the way here. I'll show you that on my 10-day forecast here as we move forward. But mostly that snow tomorrow morning is what we're looking out for, about an inch if you're over near Wilmington, over near Hillsboro. Most people are going to stay snow-free, though, moving forward, especially if you're in those southwestern counties. Coldest night of the next 10 days is tonight. Then as we move into Monday, Tuesday, you see that warm-up happen. Very small chance of seeing some rain moving forward. And then Thursday, we might even see a few snowflakes in the evening hours. Then as we move into Friday and Saturday, again, it's going to warm back up. Saturday's Valentine's Day, and I'm glad there's a slight little warm up for that. So hopefully anybody, excuse me, anybody that has any of those plans can dress the way they want to dress. I know that's my biggest pet peeve is when the weather ruins the perfect outfit I was going to wear because I have to put a jacket over it. You have to wear pants underneath it. So I hope that helps people out going into Saturday. Then that warm-up continues Monday, Tuesday, and you can see that rain coming into the forecast as well as those 50s. I know a lot of people are excited to see the 50s back in the forecast. But again, for the snow lovers, tomorrow morning, snow again, and then we'll see a few snowflakes out there on Thursday as well. A lot of people, Samantha, I see your comment. A lot of people call this like false spring, full spring, because we get a little warm up here or there and then we drop back off. The next 10 days looks pretty warm. The next 10 to 14 days is expected that we stay above normal in terms of temperatures. So we're expected to stay at least a little warm as well. Hi, Sandy. I see your message. I did mention this earlier. The sun was out all day long, which means it was melting some of the snowfall. And as that was melting, you could see it on the roadways. You could see the water on the roads, which means that tonight, when those temperatures drop really low, when those temperatures get into the single digits, it's going to refreeze and then we'll have ice patches on the road. So make sure everyone stays careful tonight. That'll be the big message of my shows later. Just something to watch out for here, especially if you have somewhere to be tomorrow morning, heading off to church, to brunch. Just be extra careful because it's not going to warm up all that much tomorrow, so it's going to be a pretty slow start to the day. And our clouds are increasing overnight, so we'll have lingering clouds tomorrow morning, and that just means the sun isn't going to be out as much to melt some of those ice patches that we're developing overnight here. Okay, so I was checking to see our sunset and see if it was officially down. It has not set yet, but I'm going to go ahead, put this 10-day back up for you guys, put it behind me, let you guys look at it full screen. If you have any questions, you can always message me on Facebook. But I'm going to go ahead and put this full screen. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your Saturday, your Sunday, your weekend, And going into next week, I hope you enjoy a little bit of a warm up. Stay safe tonight and tomorrow morning as well with those bitterly cold temperatures.